Morning. Yes. I hope you're doing well today. Um, Market Tuesday. So today we're going to be talking about customer lifetime value. Um, I'm doing this session from home. I leave home a little late, so I'm doing this session from home, and I want us to talk about customer lifetime value. It's very important for any business owner, uh, salesperson, marketer, and basically any employee to understand what customer lifetime value is. Yes. Yes. Good morning, Samuel. Musomesa. How are you? Hi, Hanifa. How are you today? So, hi. First time here. Amina. Knows I wish way agala. Life is too short, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Life is short. Ndabaga ekifaananyi kisikatiramu. I don't know why. I think it's kind of like the network. I think it's the network. Ate wanaendaga 4G. Habari ya asubuhi, Bashir. Salmina, how are you? Wero we chechecho mani. Wero we chechecho. I'm marketing my garage. I'm investing money into my brother who is a mechanic. Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more about your garage. Good morning, Central Forest Command. How are you today? So today I want us to talk about I want us to talk about customer lifetime value. It's a very important figure. It's a number. It's a number. It helps you understand. Sometimes we, if you know a bit of marketing, then you can, in a way, you can gauge and come up with an estimation of the customer lifetime value of whichever customer it is. And for some people, they don't really care. I've seen so many businesses that don't really care about the customer lifetime value, but it's something that if you have a business, you should really care about. Ekikumba obuvazi olumba kiyita wero neiye mani oluniga sirumanyi nnyo good morning Martha, director Martha Academy, mukyala wa Emma Kafero Omuwat. Good morning Innocent. So meanwhile, you guys can be telling us about your businesses, and don't forget to share your contact. It's very important that people know how to reach you. This is basically the only opportunity we have to tell people about our businesses, and let's use it. Um, and then they can ask you questions if they like. Bannange network yange yesikatira yokka oba ndaba bubi. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me try to do this. It's a little better. yes, it's definitely better. It's better, right? So good morning Mavo Gadget Center. Man, nange njiraba sigitegeera esikatira teringa eya bulijjo. I don't know why. Good morning Richard. But does it, after it loads from here, does it come properly that side? Because that's also the thing. Anyway, so today, as you guys tell us about your businesses, I want us to talk about the customer lifetime value. It's a very important number. I use it personally. I use it a lot. I use it a lot. Good morning, Remy Lewis. I use it a lot. Once you understand the regular, once you understand the customer lifetime value of your average customer or your average client, then you can make better decisions for your businesses. Yeah. Network sigitegeera. But let's try to manage it. Maybe it gets better along the way. Good morning, Gaetano. Maybe it gets better along the way. Good morning, Raymond. How are you? Remy Lewis. Maybe it gets better along the way. Sigitegeera banaye network yange. Ate ne bwekulaga 4G esigala. You see, on Sunday I did not do the broadcast because I was doing some work. I was uploading some work on the internet. I was uploading about 8 GB, 80.7 GB. And I can tell you, I started uploading that work at midnight on Saturday. I uploaded throughout the night, and I uploaded all day on Sunday until 7 p.m. You can imagine. So I uploaded and those 24 hours to simply upload 80 GB. And yeah, that's how bad our internet is. It's terrible. But that's how long it took me to upload 80 GB. Nawulira bubi nnyo that I could not do the broadcast, but you know how it is when you're uploading stuff. And I was thinking that maybe I come to the broadcast, but then I was thinking I've uploaded. And by the time it was time for the broadcast, I had uploaded about 60% of the work or 70% of the work. And I was thinking, if I leave now, because I had to keep my eye on the progress bar. And I was thinking to myself, if I leave this place and then the upload stops all of a sudden, njakuba mfirwa. So that's how I had to stay, and then I couldn't do the broadcast on Sunday. So it was me trying to do some work. Anyway, today is Market Tuesday, guys, and we learn something new every Tuesday. Because in Uganda, basically, almost everyone has to start a business at a certain point to supplement your income. Sometimes because you have no option, because that's the only thing you can do. Like majority of you guys that go abroad and then you come back, ebiseera ebisinga you end up nga tosobola kufuna mulimu wano gukuwa sente ate zobadde ofuna okujjako okwekozesa. So you end up starting businesses, and majority of even the guys that are here like have to be self-employed or have to have a side gig or a side business, and side business really requires that you have some bit of marketing knowledge, because if you don't, then you're going to end up struggling to keep customers or even to attract customers. And that's why I thought that having this session that I call Market Tuesday is very important. Not just important because of not just important because I want you to learn or the things I know, but also important because it's important that you can tell some people about your hustle, you can tell some people about your business, and then you get supported. It's very important. Yeah. So good morning, Johnson. Good morning, Access News. So today we're going to talk about customer lifetime value. Now, one thing you need to understand is when you start a business, when you decide to open a business like this, you open your shop, like someone here, Hanifa has said, she's investing in a brother's garage. Once you start a business like this and you decide to open, it's very important that you start off. You start off by having systems. Systems are very important in keeping things going. Now, the first system, personally, I think that marketing moves everything. Good morning, Chris Fitness. Been at the gym, catching up with some Saturday broadcast I missed. Babasajambo, these are the sort who say sigura motoka nga sinazimba. Yeah. Good morning, Rogers. So when you open the business, I think the first system you need to have is the marketing system. It's very, very important. Why? Marketing is the only department in your business that is going to keep money coming in. So you need to take care of marketing. Of course, marketing will spend money, but it will bring in more money than you spend. So some of the businesses that I've looked at, some of the businesses that I've seen that have succeeded because they have invested a lot in marketing and sales. Now, marketing and sales are definitely different. Marketing creates the demand. Sales satisfies the demand. I think you get what I'm saying. Marketing kubanga kukwana. Okay? Kati, bwe mumala okukwana, omuntu n'agettinga interested. Sales. Omusajja bw'okwana omukazi n'atandika getting interested. Sales is what the man does after omukazi amaze getting interested. So that's what sales does. Sales has to make sure that when omukazi ne mugamba ati why nja kugulira emmotoka, the sales department makes sure that the car is available. So that's what the sales department. So you invest in those two departments. Very important. Of course, you can't invest in those two departments when you don't have the other departments figured out. Of course, you have to have staff, because most sales katinga Matha ngo wesomero. Matha Academy, you're going to invest in marketing, have like a website, have social media pages, have flyers, have very good looking signpost, have nice classrooms, an attractive office, have a play area that is really nice, have a sick bay. All those things are marketing, by the way. And you use all those things to do sales. Because when a client comes, basically when a customer comes into Matha Academy, they're attracted by the school. The sales people are supposed to make sure that the client is taken around and that the customer or the potential customer ends up paying admission fee or application fee or something that the customer ends up committing. That's the job of the now. Marketing makes sure the customer enters the door. The sales people, which means every person in the school is actually a salesperson or a marketing person, which takes starting with the askari, the cleaners, which take it. Chitegeza, part of the marketing gear you're going to invest in will be the overalls, branded Burunji, the uniform that the askari puts on, the way the compound is designed, the colors of the school. What do they do? Are the askaris rude to the people or something? Which take it. All that is important. Kati bwomala okuinvestinga mu ebyo ebintu, after you have invested in those things and you have started attracting some customers or some potential customers, I'm imagining you have not even registered any potential customer or any customer. After now, you can say, I have matoke and cassava for sale on my farm. It's located in Buvuma Island. I also sell cows and goats. Kakati Andrew Cousins of Yemoto so to sharing the number. Chitegeza mu abasubula emmere. Abasubula embuzi n'ente. Andrew is your man. Buvuma Island. Where is Buvuma Island? But Andrew, whenever you share an ad, kindly include your phone number. It's very important. Or your phone numbers. Kati damu wandika comment ndara otekeke number yo eyesimu. It's very, very important. Yes, because this is not like TikTok where someone can go to your thingy and see okujako. The one way you can make sure that you benefit from this is by actually creating a YouTube channel under the same names where they can go and actually then they go to your YouTube channel and then they can contact you from there. But if you don't have that, whenever you put a comment, you put a phone number. Mutekeko phone numbers bambi abalanga. It's nice to hear from you senga obadde kumpi nze nga njagala amatooke bannange. Banange Andrew atunda amatooke, atunda kasava, atunda embuzi n'ente. So, but Andrew, share your phone number. There is no way for these guys to actually get to you without a phone number or email address. Yeah, phone number. We will put that email address. They'll contact you through that. Thank you. Yeah, so once you have put these marketing and sales systems in place, it's very important that you do these things, and it's a very hard kubanga nange bintawanya to put in place because they are not cheap, especially in the beginning. But the good thing with these systems is that once you have invested in them and they're in place, now they're actually very cheap to keep moving. City danger, SW danger. What do you do, my man? So so once you put these systems in place, now the real work actually begins now. The real work begins now. You don't want to omanyi what they call pouring water in a basket. Until you're at a tap, you're trying to fetch water, but the bucket where you're putting water has holes. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you want to have a solid bucket where that every drop of water that goes in there doesn't actually come out, and that's what we want to do. One of the things for us to do to enable, one of the things to enable us to do that successfully is by actually measuring the customer lifetime value. How do you measure customer lifetime value? By finding out how much each customer is worth to your business. It's important. Nzekati, every person that watches this broadcast, I know how much you're worth to for the love of cars. I know how much you're worth for the love of cars. You know, there are people that call me and they ask me stuff and I don't even charge them for anything. But they are people that call me and I charge them. Nemba sabachi ekizike. Like yesterday, someone called me. Nga ambuza Arthur. Yabadali mukumuza ku Primo. He wants to buy a Primo. And I charged him 50,000. I told him, where is the Chizike kusimu yangi? And he sent the Chizike. Then afterwards, he called me back. There is another person. Yali ambuza ku SUVs and all. Actually, finally, yagenze nagula SUV. Yagenze nagula VW Turage. Wachitegeera finally. Which I discouraged him from doing. But he went ahead and bought it. I think they convinced him. Over such they gave him an offer that he could not refuse. And yeah, he bought a VW Turage. And afterwards, yes, the reason why I charge these guys is because I'm valuable to them, but they are not valuable to me. You give value, but you're as well supposed to get value. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you offer a service, you're going to give value, but you're supposed to get value. And for Arthur, one way he gets value out of the following that he has is by making money. But over time, I realized that I had more people that called me to ask things than the people that actually helped get me business. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I had more people call me to ask me things freely. Like guy nakuyaga, Arthur, ku Primo ne IST ngulechi. Arthur, ku Alex ne Auris ngulechi. Arthur, ku Corolla nge iyo ne Nuwa ngulechi. And then you have to explain everything. And you guys realize I've been explaining these things on this channel for a very long time. Now TikTok, I explain almost everything. Niyo muntu nakubira kubuza ekintu kye watadde in a video yesterday. Then I realized I kept repeating myself. And then I realized these people that keep calling to ask me those things don't actually give me any business. Amara kukubira nakubuza oba oliawo 4 months later, then the guy says, hey Arthur, nagenda nengule moroka webale kumpa ku magezi. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Then I realized that, okay, I need to get some value out of these people. Now, such people have the shortest customer life, the smallest customer lifetime value. Which take shortest and shortest. Their value is in terms of value, the value is the smallest. In time of lifetime, it's very short. It's a phone call. It's a phone call long. Until the guy calls me for 5 minutes, or we talk for 15 minutes, and that's the only time I have to make money out of them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Those 15 minutes is my only time. So when they call me now, the moment they call me and they say, I would like to ask you something, I ask them, have you watched my YouTube videos? And they say, yes, but have you watched the TikTok videos? Yes, but okay. If you want to ask me something, take ekizike ku simu yange. Okitegeera? And I don't do that in bad spirit, but I've realized that majority of the time when someone calls you like that, or when someone WhatsApps you like that, that's the only time you're going to hear from them. After they get that knowledge, they're going to go and do what you have told them. Like yesterday, someone called me. Man, I've been following you for a very long time on your YouTube channel. I watch all your videos, but now manja anonkolera ko inspection. Okay, no problem. And then he told me about it. Kaba ya dagala gula primo million 12 primo mpya. And I told him that 12 million is a very small budget for a primo new model. And Nenja anonkolera inspection. Kaitso olofune moroka endala. Inspection ya mmeka, and I told him the fee. Man, ezo sente nyingi manya akuwa emitwalo 8. You get it? Now kati abantu bwe batyo bakuba essimu ne bafuna information and they go on, and then majority of the time they get good cars because there is a lot of information here. Kati, I've started to understand where the value is and where the value is not for me, because by simply watching the videos here, by simply being part of these broadcasts every day, you can get the knowledge to go and inspect a car for yourself, or probably go with a mechanic and inspect. But if you want to get extra, if you want to avoid the simple mistakes that can be made by simply being emotional, because what happens when you go to buy a car, you are emotionally invested, because at that time you really want the car. You see the thing that happened to Mr. Jude, the person that bought a room from the bond. He was emotionally invested to buying a Spacio because he has wanted the Spacio for a very long time. But him buying a Spacio was the wrong decision. So we end up buying a new room from the bond, which was the best decision. But without me being there, he would have bought the Spacio, which Spacio required a lot of repairs. But he bought a room which did not require any repairs. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Nti kubei yasse mukakadde naye ng'aguze moroka empya okusinga gye yali aguze. So I'm offering value, but there are people that don't understand the value. And if someone doesn't understand the value, then they will not be offering you value. They will not be valuable for you. Hi, Atta, how are you doing? Nice to hear from you. I'm happy today. I'm live. I love cars, but I dream of a Mark II Grand, though I'm out of Uganda. Yeah. Kale Mark II Grand njogerako nyondoza nja jogerako enkyalero katusugale ku marketing man. The rule is you can only receive value after providing value. No, the rule is not like that. The rule is actually subjective. Update captions, please. Oh, okay. Let me try to use English alone. So Chris Fitness, let me give you an example in the fitness industry as well. When someone comes to the gym, for example, they don't pay you after they have worked out, right? They pay, receive a token or a receipt, and then they go work out. Have they paid after getting value? No. They have paid before getting the value, because the value they come for is to get muscle, right? So they have paid before they have added any kind of muscle onto their body. So now, have they paid after getting value? Hell no. But they know they are going to get the value. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So because people already know they are going to get value, they pay for the value before they actually receive it. And there are businesses that are very tough. With the gym, you can probably lock the person in and say you're not getting out before you pay for your gym session and all. But there are businesses like services like mine that are very tricky. There is a time we went to do an inspection for someone. We are going to waste time. Just pay us. Then we ended up getting a very, very, very nice car for him. But all along there are things you cannot, where you cannot harvest value before you pay. Like you see how you pay for telecommunications, airtime. You pay for airtime before you use it. Because after you use the airtime, the telecom company, there is no way they are going to arrest you and say, hey, or in airtime go to. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you have to pay for the airtime before you use it. You get what I'm saying? So now that's the thing with services. People have to pay for services before they receive the services. And one way they can know that you're going to give them a good service is if you show that, okay, I can give value, which I've already shown. But there are just people that are not willing to pay the premium, because mine is premium. Good morning, Daniel. Podcast enkyankola podcast esooka lero kangene teke steering rack mu motoka nyine ebintu nyina okumaliza then ngende batekemu steering rack. Then after they have put the steering rack, tomorrow tukole podcast yaffe. Ngenda kola test podcast. Of course tomorrow I'll be alone, but then afterwards I want to list to have a list of guests that will come. Good morning Nelson, good morning Patrick Kanso waffe lawyer waffe okuva mu East. Yes, Dawood, how are you? Naye olina abakuyisaamu eggaali. Baali bampisaamu naye kati tebakyampisaamu. I realize that sometimes for you to get value as a business owner, because you need to get value. People don't need to be getting value out of you all the time, but you also need to get value. And one way for you to get value is to make your terms and conditions for payment very clear. Good morning, Joshua. And I think I've figured that out properly now. Kati, let's go back to customer lifetime value. The podcast, I'm figuring out whether it will be live and uploaded. The software I'm using, I want to see what kind of quality they give me. That's why I'm doing a test podcast tomorrow. The quality they give me when I'm doing a live broadcast and the quality they give me if I upload later. So I'll tell you that tomorrow. No. I'll tell you that on Thursday. Yeah, but of course tomorrow you'll see. The podcast, of course it will be on YouTube. I'm going to have two versions of the podcast. The podcast that will be available to everyone, and then the podcast that will be available to subscribed members. Yeah. We'll be using Google is much easier for everyone, especially for Ugandans. Out of 100, you find that only 2 people are using Apple or iPhone. Yeah, so Google will definitely be better, but I'll find ways of putting Apple yamwa bazungu Daniel na Uganda. No. So we are talking about customer lifetime value, guys, and why is it important? In every business, you need to understand which are your most valuable customers, because in every business we have customers that are too valuable for us that we need to handle them properly. That because every time a customer is much more valuable to you, you want to invest more money in them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You want to invest more money where you get more money. You even invest more time there. You see the thing I've been telling you. My people on YouTube have more value to give me than the people on TikTok. Not that people on TikTok are not valuable. Yes, definitely they are. Because plenty of people come from TikTok to YouTube. And some people are on TikTok because they don't know about YouTube. You get. But the people on YouTube, first of all, peak a lot. I've gotten so many people from YouTube that bought cars without me. And than those on TikTok. Why? The people on YouTube give my content more time, they watch more, they pay more, and then they peak a lot than the people on TikTok. The people on YouTube invest much more in my content because, for example, like this broadcast, we have so far used about 500 MBs, right? I've measured all that. So I know that you are investing more than a GB into watching my videos every morning. If you're here every morning, you're very, network is not so good, but let's try to manage it. That's the Uganda network. So we work with what we have. I was talking to John Segar some time back, and that's before I ventured into producing content for TV. And I was talking to him, and he told me something that encouraged me to invest into TV content. He said, Arthur, we have to work with what we have if you want to get to where we want to get. So at that time, he was selling the honorables to NTV, and he was getting some little money. But he said, we have to pick that money until we get, and that's before Pal Magic came. When Pal Magic came, they bought his honorables show, and so the rest is history. So the network is not so good, but we can try to manage it. Of course, when the network is bad, the broadcast is normally shorter because I know it's not comfortable for you. It's not comfortable for me. I can see it's not comfortable when I'm watching it here. So anyway, customer lifetime value. How do you calculate customer lifetime value? First of all, you need to keep records. I've told you this time and again. You need to have a system where you record your customers, record your customer information. When was the first time the customer contacted you? When was the first time the customer bought from you? How many more times has the customer bought from you? Then you need to understand that you need to have multiple products that the customer can buy from you. I think in education, for example, Martha, people start with nursery school or kindergarten, and then they advance, they put P1 to P4, and then they advance P5 to P7. And then when they get more money, they go senior 1 to senior 3, and then they go senior 4, and then they go senior 5. And then when the senior 5s are completing, then they start senior 6. I think this guy, Sudhir, has done it very well. And then when his high school kids are getting out, he starts a university. So you basically want to prolong the customer lifetime, and then get as much value out of them as you can, so that they don't just go like that. You get. So Sudhir makes money from a parent from the time a kid is in kindergarten. But you have to realize that Sudhir cannot make money from a parent from kindergarten to university if he handles them badly. So he has to have good customer service, so that a parent brings their kid in nursery school, keeps them at that school, goes to secondary, goes to university. And even after university, Sudhir has plenty of businesses where his students can actually go for internship. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. His university even has masters, probably even PhD. So he gets value out of you in terms of money, gets money out of you until you die. And then after you're done with university, he has a bank. He has a building where you can put your office. He has a building where you can rent an apartment. I don't know if I make sense. So you have to create avenues where you get value out of your customers as much as possible. Now, this is something you must think down and think about, so that you don't get a customer to come and buy from you only once. You don't want customers to ask once. What's that? Network ever Dave. I don't know. Do I make sense? So the way you prolong your customer lifetime, The lifetime means the amount of time that the customer can buy from you. So you need to give them value for them to give you value for a very long time. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Give them value so that they can give you value for a very long time. Actually, the picture quality is not bad. I'm checking it. So give your people value so that they give you. If you handle a parent and their child properly in nursery mother, then they will want to come back for primary. Handle them nicely for primary, then they want to come back for secondary. That's how businesses can keep growing. Kakati Hanifa, who wants to invest in your brother's garage, you need, because you're not going to be there, so you don't understand it. Before you invest in your brother's garage, you have to make sure your brother is actually a good mechanic. If your brother is a good mechanic, then you have to make sure that he has associates that are actually good mechanics. Then you have to understand, do they have a system in place that is going to keep customers coming back over and over and over and over again? Why am I saying that? It's because you don't want to be the garage that works on people's cars only when they have broken down near your garage. There are garages like that. And you don't want to be that kind of garage. You want to be the kind of garage where you have customers that come in at least once a month. Just imagine you have a customer that comes, you have like 100 customers. Okay, let's say you have 30 customers that come in at least once a month. Okay? Now, from those 30 customers, let's say you make 20,000 from each of those customers. How much money is that? That would be about 600,000 as a garage. Okay? Now, how do you make sure you get more value out of them? You also have a spare parts shop. Okay? That has the basic things that you normally repair, because you need to have research. Until when customers come into our garage normally, this is what we repair for them. Brakes, you need to have a shop. In your shop, you need to have brakes. 1. Air cleaners, you need to have air cleaners. Cabin air filters, you need to have cabin air filters. Plugs, you need to have plugs. Wipers, you need to have wipers. Okay? What else is normal with when they're fixing? Brake fluid, you need to have brake fluid in your hydraulic oil, you need to have hydraulic oil. Engine oil, you need to have engine oil. Oil filters, you need to have oil filters. I don't know if I'm making sense. Okay? You need to have the basics at your garage, so that when a customer comes, they save by actually being at your garage. There are garages we have gone to, and then the mechanic has to take a border to go to Chiseka market to bring spares, very basic spares. You can imagine a mechanic has to take a border to go to Chiseka market to buy brakes of 40,000, and then they take 10,000 border fee. So you need to make sure that, because sometimes the customer actually has value to give you, but hi Solomon, the customer has value to give you, but you don't have enough value to give them. You go to a garage where they don't have anything. They have to go buy everything from Chiseka market, and every time something is missing, you have to give them border fee. You'll end up that customers will end up running away from you because they have figured a garage that has everything. There's a garage along Ntinda Chisasi Road. You know the road that goes down to the bypass? There's a very small garage there, but they have all the spare parts. Chemanyi tebalina spare gyogenda nga oyetaaga nga tebagirina in that garage. It's as you come from Ntinda, as you go down, it's on the left as you come down. Katigayo yalina spare yenna ina mu dduuka lye. I'm sure he's ne bw'akuseera tomanya nti akusedde, because it's very near. He can even demonstrate nga zino brakes ziri bwe ziti, zino ziri bwe ziti, ezebbeeyi ziri bwe ziti, eza rice ziri bwe ziti. So you can buy from him. The person that wants to invest in a garage, that's one thing you need to think about. Chris Fitness is saying, Arthur, what's your take on the notion that customers buy emotion more than value? I happen to think that the customers that buy emotion more than value don't know what they are buying. A case in point is Apple product buyers buy emotional attachment despite having better alternatives from other products. You see, the thing is, Apple buyers don't know that they have better alternatives, because according to them, Apple gives them more value. So they don't really buy emotion. What happens is that Apple has created an emotional bond by showing the value they give their customers. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. They show the customers that they give them value. And when a customer holds the Apple phone, they feel it's kind of the same thing that happens to people that drive Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen. It's not like Mercedes-Benz gives you more value than my Corolla. No. It's just that when you drive your Mercedes-Benz and you drive around and people look at you, you already feel special. Now, who doesn't want to feel special? Everyone wants to feel special. So the fact that an iPhone person holds their iPhone, they have their MacBook, and when they open it, everybody turns around. That creates something in them. I don't know, Daniel, you're the psychologist. What is that that chemical that comes out of you and you feel like, okay, I don't want to ever leave Apple? So that's why people keep saying it's emotional, but it's not actually emotional. It's yes, there is a Mark II Grand with a sunroof, but if you can avoid a car with a sunroof, avoid it. Sometimes sunroofs, they leak. So Chris Fitness, it's not really emotion. They don't buy with emotion. Emotion comes after they realize there is more value in that product than any other product. I do. Mbadde busy ne product yange egenda ku Pearl Magic. Ebadde busy ne product yange egenda ku Pearl Magic. Naye gwe teweeraliikirira. Video nzi, I have plenty of footage in my computer that I just have to edit and upload. Plenty of footage. Amina William. Tell me a better alternative to Apple or Benz. I'll buy even today. But saying emotion is really wrong. Exactly, Daniel. That's what I'm saying. That on those Ochirabia Chris Fitness, these people don't see any better alternative. These guys, the producers of these products, have done a very good job. They have done a very good job to convince their users that, okay, nange mvuga Toyota wano, but I actually think Mercedes-Benz is better than Toyota in terms of comfort, in terms of prestige. Ochitegeera, of course, Crown esinga kati. The one thing that Mercedes-Benz beats Crown is the prestige. That when you drive a Mercedes-Benz, my brother, when I used to have I had a C200 for like 2 weeks. They were 3 weeks, I think. Then I sold it. But bro, even the way people look at you is different when you're driving a Mercedes-Benz. You're not normal. Andrew is saying it's dopamine. That's that thing that comes out when people you feel recognition because you have Corolla. I drive my Corolla and nobody even looks at me. It's a normal car. But if I drove a Mercedes-Benz, there would be something different about it. So I think that's the same thing that happens to Apple dealers, Apple users. Someone gets their iPhone out and there's nothing special. Even the screen for the iPhone is cheaper than the Samsung. But there's something about the iPhone. If my Samsung screen broke, buying a new phone is cheaper than buying a screen. But apparently, the iPhone guys feel like they are holding something that is very expensive. Yet the Samsung is better. So it's not really emotion. It's that people feel this thing gives them more value. So the moment you start giving people more value, it's like kids that went to Smack, kids that went to Namiriango, kids that went to Mwiri, kids that went to Ntare, Ochitegeere. They feel special. They feel they would want to take their kids to those schools. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So they're not really emotionally attached, but they feel that those schools give them more value. I did not go to those schools. My grandmother could not afford. But I feel that those schools could give me more value for my kids. Why? The networks they get from there. You'll find that so many guys that are in the corporate world that are leading are from Mwiri. You get. What is it about Mwiri that gets them there? It could be the networks that you go for an interview and you find that on the interview panel, there's so many people on the panel are from Mwiri as well. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you end up getting a job not because you're the most competent, but because your OB is part of the panel. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I personally Pastor, if it's not Apple, it's not mine. Exactly. You feel like Apple is giving you more value than any other thing. Ochitegera. I think me, if it's not Samsung now, it's not a phone for me. Ochitegera. Why? I find that Samsung gives me more value. I think after providing great value to have a competitive edge, you have to create an attachment with those customers to retain them for a very long time. Definitely, definitely. Very true, Arthur. On top of that, these guys create a closed ecosystem in ways like priority support. For example, even Bluetooth has functions like AirDrop. Yes, like AirDrop, and it's only Apple to Apple. Definitely. Steve Jobs was a master at marketing, and big tech companies are taking up cheap products, are being marketed as more than products. Definitely, they make sure, like you see what Samsung also does. Samsung, if you have your Samsung phone, you can control your fridge, you can control your smart TV, or you can control your washing machine. There's plenty of things you can, but you can't do that with Techno. Or you can't do that with Techno. I believe that the image, the advertising creates combined with what people want to identify with, it's what gives us such results. Exactly. But it's not just advertisement, it's the experience. Nothing beats experience. I've been telling you guys before. I hope you guys are seeing the direction we have taken. The direction we have taken is telling us that there is no way you can get customer lifetime value that is good from people that you don't give good value. I don't know if I make sense. You need to give people good value. You need to give people good value for you to get value out of them. If you give people good value, they want to be like yesterday. There's a tweet I saw. People were talking about, someone posted a tweet, one of the influencers, talking about bad banks that give bad experience. And many people came talking about Standard Chartered Bank as one of the best banks. And before, in the beginning, I thought Standard Chartered had a number of influencers to talk very well about Standard Chartered Bank. But then it went beyond influencers. There's no way a company pays like 30 influencers to come and influence on one post. And it's not really Standard Chartered, because a bank that has influencers can be seen. They keep talking about it even outside the post. But these guys were talking about different things. Normally, when a brand is paying influencers, they pay the influencers to talk about a certain product or a certain service. But these guys were talking about different services. And I started asking myself, I said, either Standard Chartered has paid a lot of influencers, or their service is just too good. See? Yeah, exactly, Chris Fitness. And many people said Senera is the worst. So you cannot tell me that Senera doesn't have money to pay influencers. It definitely has. But good. So now the people that use Standard Chartered are attached to Standard Chartered. And you realize that Standard Chartered gets a lot of value from its customers. I'm actually inclined to open a Standard Chartered account. Why? Because these guys are saying it has secure mobile banking, and we use a lot of mobile banking. Like people like in the marketing realm, we use a lot of we pay a lot of people a lot of things online. Like I'm going to buy a clutch plate from my car. I'm buying it from eBay. You want to have a bank that is going to secure your payments. Until people can't just use your card and buy stuff and take your money just like that. So it's important that we understand that for you to get value out of your customers, you have to give them value first in the beginning. After you have made me like Samsung. No, but Samsung is singing on the iPhone. Samsung is better than iPhone. But it's just that the iPhone people, they just want to feel special. Like, oh, see me, I have iPhone. Hey, see me, I have iPhone. But leave Samsung alone. Samsung, I can control my fridge, I can control my smart TV, I can control my washing machine, I can control so many devices. Of course, those are the things that now I know how to control with my smartphone. But yeah, with my some, of course, iPhone can also do some of these things, but not all of them. It's the experience the customer gets with your product or service that's got to be the focus. Once that's nailed, the product or service will easily sell at whatever price. Sell experience. Yes, it's Standard Charter. I think Standard Charter has sold X. They don't even have a lot of branches, by the way. You'll go to town, to the CBD, and they have one branch. But they still have a swarm of customers. They charge premium, but people are still find that I would buy it for my wife, definitely. I would, if it were affordable. But I find that the Toyota IQ is better for the guys that live in Bukoto and work in Tinda, work in Nakawa, live in Tinda. The IQ is not for people like me that live in the village and work in the town. For us, somehow we just have to stomach, either buy a hybrid, buy an EV or something if you can afford, if you want to save fuel. But the IQ, and you'll find that the IQ consumes the same like a Vitz. I'm yet to get someone that has it, and then I do a review on it. But yeah, but I have plenty of footage, guys. Once my show starts showing on Pal Magic in Jakuriraxingam, ntandikoko editing videos on Ziteke. Do you use Twitter for marketing your business? Now, Benjamin, I think it's not a question of whether I use Twitter or something. The question should be, do you have potential customers on Twitter? Because when you use social media, it's not a matter of just using any social media. You need to use a social media where your customers can be found. Twinner touch points. The touch points are any point that you can go and find your customer, or any place that your customers can find you, where you can interface with your customer. That's a touch point. And personally, I find that Twitter doesn't have my customers. With every product that I produce, I think of which social media channel my customers are. Like for Platos and the products that we sell at Platos, Facebook is the #1 place where our customers are found. So if we were to invest marketing dollar in any platform, it would be Facebook and Instagram. Well, when you run Facebook ads, they go straight to Instagram as well. And then the other social media channel we would invest in would be TikTok. There are plenty of people there that could use the courses that Platos actually gives out. So those are two platforms, but as well, always if you invest, you should invest in Google. If you don't want to invest in Google ads, use Google My Business. It's very important, especially if you have a physical address. Which take it. So I have not really used Twitter. I tried to use Twitter some time back. Elon is saying that for an organization to advertise on Twitter, then you have to get the blue check mark. It doesn't make sense for me to pay 300,000 a month and then give you more money in advertisement revenue. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You need to get a blue check mark, which costs you about 320,000 per month, and then you pay more money to advertise. That Elon is making things much more harder. Which together is that show about cars also a business? I'm sorry to ask. No. That's a TV show. It's going to be a TV show. It's a comedy. It's going to be on Pal Magic TV. Yeah. I've used Samsung from Galaxy S20 in 2011 and iPhone 6, but Apple is miles ahead. What do you mean miles ahead, you man? We have been seeing videos demonstrating Samsung and Apple, and Samsung beats Apple every time. Miles ahead in terms of what? Huh? Let's not start the discussion of Apple versus iPhone here, because we both know of iPhone versus Samsung, because we know Samsung beats iPhone. Perceived value. Yes, perceived value. So guys, start calculating customer lifetime value. Now, I want to end this broadcast by telling you a small formula that you can use to calculate customer lifetime value. Now, you calculate customer lifetime value by first of all calculating the value they have already gotten from the customer. How many times have they bought from you, and how much money? You add up the money that you have so far made from the customer. Okay? Now, for starters, you need to know how long does a normal customer, lifetime value of a normal customer, how long do customers buy from you, first of all? For example, if you own a school like Martha, then you know that regular customers are in our school for 7 years, for example, not 7, 8 years, no, 7, no, 9, 10 years, 3 years of kindergarten and 7 years of primary school. So a parent can be with us for 10 years. And in those 10 years, we can make this much money out of them. Then you go and calculate who is the longest staying parent in our school. And how much money have they spent with us? Kati, the customer lifetime value is how much money you expect to get from this customer. Kati bw'obalabalamu sente z'osuubira okukola mu customer ono, it helps you direct your marketing efforts, your service efforts towards the customers that you know will give you much more money. Let me give you an example. You have customers that, because when a parent comes, when you're enrolling a parent, you definitely want to figure out aina abaana bameka. Bw'aba n'abaana bameka, then you want to figure out what other products they can buy from you by knowing what other products have they bought from you. Nozigattagatta noga kakati ono omuzadde bw'aba ali lubuto, kitegeeza bw'aba ali lubuto, in the next 3 years she can give us a child in kindergarten. Then nogatta. If they give us the current child that we have in kindergarten, they give us another child in kindergarten, and then those children stay up to P7, then we can make this much money out of them. If they buy school uniforms from us, they pay swimming fees, they pay food, they pay medical fees, they pay development fees. You get, then you add up the money that you know you can make from this customer. That's the customer lifetime value. Then you add up from all the customers. Then you start knowing that I can actually make this much money from this number of customers. Gata, how you actually give them service. Apple has figured this out. Apple is even limiting you from sharing things via Bluetooth with Samsung. They are making sure that you can even convince your friends to buy Apple. Me, I did this to my grandmother way back. I only had Airtel. She had a UTL. Told her, Jaja, Airtel. She bought Airtel. She even had MTN. Slowly by slowly, she ditched her MTN. She has Airtel now because Mujukuruwe amukubira ku Airtel. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So customer lifetime value is calculated by you project how much money you hope to make from one customer. Kati awo n'omuteekako effort okufuba okulaba ng'asigala talina gy'akola ki, talina gy'alaga. Bannange. Dawood. Isn't it better to concentrate on one platform and build an audience there for marketing than diversify on all platforms? Chris Fitness, not just on one platform. You can use one or two if your customers are there. If your customers are there, but put a lot of effort on one platform where most of your customers can be found. Where of the customers you get more value from. Like personally, for the love of cars, YouTube is that platform. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. YouTube is that platform that I want to put much more effort. That's why TikTok or Umuntekayo video, if I get time and I have like 30 minutes, I can be there and put like 10 videos, 20 videos if I can. But then I understand that YouTube is the platform where you guys come. Mujja ne mukora pre-purchase inspection, ne mungulako tracker, ne mungulako car alarms. Abana ba TikTok abasinga ezo sente okujjako nga ate acrosses najja ku YouTube. Abana ba TikTok show baba banyo. Yesterday, like I saw, there is a broker that was posting a Kosa UAJ at 8.5. God, how can you buy a Kosa UAJ at 8.5 million shillings? Yes, Daniel, my channel is monetized. It's monetized in justice in it got monetized in I think in November last year. Yeah, it got monetized in November last year. Yeah. So abana TikTok, they want to save money. They don't want to spend money. ayagala bw'aba ne miliyoni ze nnya ayagala agenda azigulemu emmotoka without consulting anyone. Kyokola baba nnyo. You can imagine someone buying a Corsa UAG at 8.5 million shillings. It has never made sense to me. But anyway, because I was watching videos yesterday and I saw that video, and the person, we have actually bought a car from this person, from this broker, and he has a very huge, I think 100,000 followers, 180,000 followers on TikTok. So and you see the thing that social media has done, it has taken the power from mainstream media, which I'm happy about. Time back, I had to beg a TV station to give me a show on their TV. But now I don't have to. I have my own TV show and I do it every morning here. Yes, I have like 30 people, but 30 people is not a number to play with. Later on, by tomorrow morning, this video will have been watched 400 times. iPhone is by far the richest company in the world. It's not by mistake. Resale value of iPhones. Daud to be hivyo. Ne Samsung ina resale value jiveko. So I'm also from TikTok to Vehicle. I came here last year. And deep in coffee, one thing you need to realize. Abantu abava ku TikTok hebako ku YouTube. Boy ina klasi yabwe. Oshitegera deep in coffee. The people that come from TikTok and come to my YouTube channel, they are the people I'm looking for when I go to TikTok. When I go to TikTok, I'm not looking for everyone. Good morning, Jeremy. I'm looking for the people that can actually come from TikTok to YouTube. Those are the people I want. Kati aba abantu. Be bantu abayinamu ku toke. Mwe muli babede sevo. Mwe muli babede. A person that can watch my live broadcast is the person I'm looking for when I go to TikTok. Ochitegera. Good morning, Emma. I'm not looking for everyone when I go to TikTok. When I go to TikTok, I'm actually looking for people to come to YouTube. That's why you don't find me sharing my phone number on TikTok. That's why you don't find me talking about my services on TikTok. No. TikTok, if you want more interactions with Arthur, come to YouTube. I think I have like 5,000 messages on TikTok that I don't answer. Why? Samsung batteries. But even iPhone has bad batteries. That's what is Uganda. Yes, Johnson. Kati mwebe njagala. Ochitegera. The reason why I don't share my contact information on TikTok is because TikTok erina akasengeja enyamba ko kusengeja. I sieve the people. Ochitegera. I sieve the people. I want the people that come from TikTok to come to YouTube. Those are the people I want. Ochitegera. So TikTok nonda yo abantu abaina abagala real value. Ochitegera. The people that don't want to be cheated the other side. These are the people that I bring here. TikTok brokers. Oh, I hope those who are serious, want you pre-purchase services, follow you here. Exactly. Those are the people that I want. Anyway, Arthur, can you recommend someone to buy a car now and keep it in garage to find it when I don't? I don't recommend for you to buy a car and park it now, Jeremy. That's why most of the people that have wanted to send me money to buy cars for them, I'm very, very discouraging of that. I'm very discouraging of that. Why? Until you come in December. Cars are not expensive in December like people make it to be. You come in December, buy your car and drive it. And it's important that you buy your car and be satisfied when you're buying it. I told you a story of Jude's story. Like, he did not want to go to the Bon to buy a Raum because, according to him, the Spacio was much better. But when we went to the Bon and he actually saw the Raum, it's like he had never talked about a Spacio because he saw a new Raum and the breath, the smell of new car came to him. So I wouldn't recommend that you buy a car and then park it. Come in December and buy your own car. I don't know if you're informed that Apple buys some components from Samsung, like its phone screens. They don't know. Mugabe, I thought it's my Samsung with a battery problem. Kumbe, it's Geno. Yeah, Samsung's, even mine, now it's on charger. my phone is on charger. It's on power bank. It's not actually on charger. It's on power bank. It's full, by the way. but it has been on power bank since I started broadcasting. But me, I have no problem. Samsung gives me value. Yeah, they are good phones. It's just the battery. If you use the phone so many times, and after the spares for Samsungs are more expensive than those of iPhone. Exactly. After now, my 20 million, get me a commercial plot in your area. Commercial. Now the issue of commercial, kati oba inafuna erije baita stance and you boy no gula plot yeyo. I'm going to ask someone and we see. But you guys do realize that every plot can be commercial. Nze wane wange nafulawo commercial. Nazimbawo TV studio. Wange mcharu wano. So I made it commercial. It's a Nazimbao TV studio, like Hollywood style. You'll see my TV show when it comes online, when it goes on air. We shot it from a TV studio in my home, and I built everything from scratch, like Hollywood. And the guy we have a show young. After we got you as a gift, Amina Emma. Bana gundi zija reviews. Sagara mugambe reviews zija. It's just that but the busy. That you can imagine building a studio from scratch, and then building the things that need to be there, and then shooting the show, and then working on post-production. But finally, it's almost coming on air. Arthur, the price of a car in December will be much higher than it is now. Could that influence someone to buy a car and park it? The price of cars in December is not higher. You people, the price of cars in December is not higher. It's the demand that is higher. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you want to buy a car, let me give you an example. In the bond, the Raum we got at 26 million in the bond today will be 26 million in the bond in December. It's just that the people that are buying old cars are so many. But still, the people that are buying cars of 20 million will not be so many. You know why? A Ugandan that has 20 million to spend on a car. Si wabuli Joe. You get it? Si wabuli Joe. Show us your studio space nawe. Mujja kujira mu show ku DSTV. Mujja jira ku show ku DSTV. Era chobola nawaganya hata nagula Go TV. You go buy Go TV decoders, go buy DSTV decoders and wait for my TV show. So it was shot in a studio that is built from scratch, Hollywood style. And you see you guys how you talk about real estate. For me, that's my real estate, building TV studios, and because they make some good money. They're expensive to put up, but once you put it up the right way, it can make very, very, very good money. Bagay, don't forget to calculate your customer lifetime value. Apple has a habit of sending updates that drain the battery of its lower phone products. When they release a new version, the phone also slows down with time. Not so long ago, they just got sued. Because they are greedy for money. That's not Samsung. Samsung omuntu ainaka okujjako nga kyogamba that Android, the latest Android doesn't work on it. Some apps don't work on it, but it will still work the right way. Samuel Cisse Musomesa from SMARC. Yes, Mansur Hanifa, Bashir Mukarazi, Shagaf Salmin, Central Forex, Director Martha Academy, Innocent, Mugabe, Mavoga Jet Center, Richard Nabongo, Remy Lewis UG, B. Kagaitano, Raymond Senku Sechibule, Johnson Lubinga, Access News, Lubura Chris Fitness, Rogers Sempija, SW Danger, Ben Kako, Deep in Coffee. Bana yo antu mwena nete mnaiga kulanga. Mwino teka ki numbers simu. Mwino teka ko email address. That's how people find you. Brian Bwire, Daniel Ranga, a psychologist, psychiatrist. Banangi. Oyongena muleta mu podcast. Nelson Chobe, Council Patrick, Council Wafe from the East. Abantu abali embali tuna Council Wafe yo. Joshua Mugarasi, Preacher Joseph, Ak Vincent, Atuhurire Bawaz, Mugaga David, Chitumba Solomon, William Magezi, Andrew Okuni, Kasule Zak, Dr. Jonathan Chiwanuka, oyo Dr. Nayajja Naro, Preacher Joseph, Brian Wanyama, Ibanda Bernard, Benjamin B, Moses Heath, George Senkubuge, Dawood Monunule, Jeremy, Ainemijisha Emma, Mugabi Kavira, Johnson Lubinga, Kasule Zak, Ainemijisha Emma, Fikri Fathoni, over where are you from, my brother? Maybe one day I get day. Yes. Thank you very much for being part of this broadcast, guys. I wish you a very lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll talk about the Mark II Grand. Bana Mark II Grand yeri kati. So many people want to buy the Mark II Grand. I wish you a very lovely day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.